So, a long time ago, I built this whole section here for this machine right here, making heavy modular frames. I even remember I said like a thing that was like, hey, like all for one was the name of the video because I had all this stuff over here was basically culminating in this one machine. Things have definitely changed since then, and as you can see, this thing it's a mess. There's just stuff everywhere. I kicked out the wall for nuclear power. I've got so many other machines going in here. Apparently, I'm not even, I mean, not making enough of some things, and it has become so hard to track. I have lights so I can kind of see in the dark. I have a general idea. Like I know these are rotors. I know these are plates. This is like a mixture of steel. This is doing regular frames, which I guess I don't even need that many frames anymore. A lot of this. And as I've been building up and building up, I've just been complicating it. So if you remember in the original video, this was kind of simplified. I mean, it was still kind of stuffed up, but then it just culminated in that machine. And now there's stuff coming in from the ceilings over here, from the walls. There's stuff going up. You can see a lot of these are full because there's no point in them like making stuff right now. You know, there's stuff coming into the walls, out of the walls. I don't even have walls complete. I had throwing other machines down here to make stuff to throw machines up here. I have this just stopped because I made these were making ship parts. And then up here for a while I was culminating in this machine, which was making a certain type of ship part over here. These are like my computer technology stuff. So over here I've got these guys producing circuit boards. That's producing an AI controller, this one right here. This was producing supercomputers. It is producing them again. I have a bunch of supercomputers here. These are high-speed chips. These are just normal computers. And I've been kind of adjusting and tweaking these because as I was running out of plastic, as I was getting plastic back, as I was running out of quick wire, and I realized that, like, although I had planned this central area up here to be like my big distribution center, inevitably, as you can see, shit just goes crazy. It goes haywire. That's what happens. In the process of trying to all of a sudden discovering new things and being like, oh, well, now I need to make this and now I need to make this, I'm not going to re-delete the entire factory. I mean, I could, I guess, re-delete the entire factory. But that wasn't like my goal. I don't want to re-delete an entire factory just to re-put in everything all again. So I just have this giant mess. And in fact, I have this hole right here because at one point I had this kind of assembly, these manufacturers doing something completely different for a different ship part. And then I wanted them to do the next ship part. So I had to come down here. I had to mess with some belts over here, get these going over here, and just kind of go in here and dig into the wiring with this massive belts going everywhere. And I had to figure out where was going what with all of this crap and go in and fix it. So I just kind of dug under the hood and recrossed some wires to get stuff going to where it is now. And I think I find it's a really fun part of the game. This, like, I like the idea of trying to have everything, work perfectly and in sync with itself and look, super efficient. But at the same time, like, I didn't want to look anything up online. So I wanted this to be a learning experience. I wanted to figure the game out for myself, right? And I'm still doing that. Like, until I complete my first playthrough, I want to figure it out for myself. And so I have weird stuff like this. Like, apparently now I'm guessing, that my copper sheets are kind of running low, right? Because at one point, I'm making these heat sinks because I don't actually need that many anymore. And so I know I was running out of copper, which means I needed to boost these, like, all this stuff I've had to at certain points go in and tweak. And it started with down here, like this original section down here, which was making all the basics, making copper wire, copper spooled wire, copper cable, and copper sheets, which are going to other things. This was making screws over here, concrete coming over here, iron plates over here, and rods, kind of like the base of everything. And I had a train system that was just bringing copper and iron and concrete over here. I've since adjusted the train station so it goes over down to where I had a bunch of plastic and quick wire and stuff, rubber that was coming from like way down there where my oil factory was, which I have like trucked up over to there. And now I have drones. As you can see, that drone flew away. And it makes you kind of realize why the world is the way it is in kind of a sense here. For example, in order to make these cooling units here, you need nitrogen gas, and there's no nitrogen gas over here. And I guess there could be maybe some down there if I explored further or whatever, way down over there where I found the aluminum, but I already have my aluminum production over there. You can kind of see where that light is. That's where I showed you. I'm also doing uranium over there, aluminum, sulfuric acid, that kind of stuff. Well, nitrogen gas, if you want to transport it, you need to make aluminum containers to transport it. So I would have to make aluminum containers over here, somehow get them. The nitrogen I found is way down by my oil fields, all the way down there, right? To transport the gas back here, or what I have is I'm making aluminum products here. I'm sending them all the way down there, putting them together with nitrogen gas to make coolant, these coolant units, and then these cage things here. I'm putting those together with nitrogen gas and then having the drone fly back. So the drone takes parts of like aluminum parts, like heat sinks and aluminum casings and those frames, and it transports them all the way down to the other side, and then it comes back with the finished product and brings it over here. And it makes you realize, like, because I didn't know I needed this, and the resources are so spread out anyway, that this is just kind of like on the fly figuring it out how to get it done. And it doesn't seem like it's efficient, it doesn't make sense, but it works enough, right? It works enough for me right now. And that's kind of, I think, how the world is. Like, if you look at a lot of complex systems in the world, like, yeah, we try to be efficient, but at the same time, like, we didn't know we were going to have to do all this, and so now we just build system upon system upon system, and now it's just a big ass mess. And that's kind of why things are, and this game has really kind of opened my eyes to that in a good way. Like, I think it makes me less frustrated in some aspects. Like my job, I work a lot in the mental health system, so I work with a lot of different systems of care, and you realize like how kind of like broken and nonsense a lot of stuff is. And then on top of that, you realize it's because we're building systems. It's like this factory here, right? It started out with a good idea down here, and then as new things changed and new laws changed and new politicians came into play and time has passed and we discovered new stuff, suddenly you need to build it all up until you have something like this. And now, my job half the time is going in and tweaking these different individual things, and that's kind of what I do in my job every day, and going in and tweaking and finding ways to make certain things run smooth, because I can't get this whole system level, because you can't. Here I can just delete it and rebuild it, right? But in real life you can't just delete and rebuild entire systems of care. Our mental health system, our healthcare system, child care, jobs. We can't just erase it and get all the resources back magically and just put it back into place, because then people's lives are screwed up, right? Like, if I stop production here, sure, that's fine for me, because this is a game and this is, plastic and these are materials. But when you're playing with actual people's lives, it's different. And I kind of gained a new appreciation for that playing this game. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it made me kind of appreciate and also see like where some problems in life really kind of come from too. So I don't know. I know that was kind of a rant, and I just wanted to show how complicated and messed up my factory got again after originally having this great plan that it was going to be a central distribution center, and then kind of adding on from that, it's become this monster. But it's a monster I'm proud of and I'm really happy with. And again, as things go, we will see. I should be, hopefully, I'll see what phase 5 is. Yeah, I will see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed the update.